Have you ever found yourself in a cycle of reactive anger, unsure of how to break free? Or perhaps you've been raised in a family where you have been exposed to anger, abuse, or violence, and you are struggling to break this cycle. Are you looking for a life-changing way to transform your thoughts and feelings so that you do not get angry in situations that would have previously made you mad? If you have answered yes to any of these questions, then you are in the right place. In this episode of the Anger Secrets podcast, I talk to Fiona. Fiona is a small business owner and mother of one child. Brought up in a family where she was exposed to considerable abuse and violence, Fiona has been affected by anger all of her life. When she became a mother, however, she made the brave decision that her child would not be exposed to the same anger, abuse, or violence that she had been exposed to. To her credit, she has kept this promise. However, anger still affects Fiona in her relationship with her husband. Fiona's anger often leads to episodes of verbal abuse that she can't take back. Fiona enrolled in my comprehensive online anger management course, the Complete Anger Management System, to help her change this. About 7 weeks after she enrolled, I spoke to Fiona about the changes she had made so far. Again, to her credit, Fiona said that she hadn't had a significant episode of anger since she started the course. What was the key to this? According to Fiona, it is realizing that while she cannot change what other people say or do, she can control her responses and reactions to other people, especially to her husband. I am confident that the progress Fiona has made so far will continue as she completes the Complete Anger Management System. As with all clients I work with, I am proud to play a small part in her change process. After all, what is more important to anyone than creating a safe, caring, and respectful family environment? If you are experiencing anger of any type, I encourage you to follow Fiona's lead. Contact me via my website, angersecrets.com, and I can help you control your anger, master your emotions, and create calmer, happier, and more respectful relationships, often far faster and more simply than you may think possible. Okay, hello and welcome again to episode 84 of the Anger Secrets podcast. I'm your host, Alistair Hughes, and over the last 30 years, I've taught over 15,000 men and women how to control their anger, master their emotions, and create calmer, happier, and more respectful relationships. In this podcast, I'll share with you the same proven tools and techniques I've used to help my clients control their anger and transform their lives. As always, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to listen to this podcast. I know that you have many options of podcasts to listen to, and I would like to thank you for choosing to listen to mine. Okay, without any further delay, let's dive into my interview with Fiona. I can control what I change. Tell me a bit about yourself.
I'm married and I have one child and I own a business. Yeah, that keeps me extremely busy at the moment.
Cool. And what brought you to the anger course?
I've always struggled with anger as a child and I've been brought up in a family of violence. And I did get better as once I left home, I stopped the physical violence and made some promises before I had a child that I would never hit them. So I've never been physically violent as an adult, but I do get really angry at times and I need to stop that. I need to find a way to manage my anger in a better way.
100%. So was the anger mostly directed towards your child or was it towards other people?
No, it's towards my husband mostly. Yeah, very little anger towards my child. She's definitely a lot more like me as well, but she's also, being an only child, been brought up around adults, and so she's extremely mature. and handles situations really well. So that's really good. But yeah, most of my anger is towards somebody that's done something bad to me.
Was it arguments between you and your husband, or was it something else?
Yeah, had to be in an argument, or particularly around not being listened to is probably the most key thing in there. And that's to do with his communication style, which is to walk away mid-conversation, and lots of different things like that just make me angry. Yeah.
So I was responding to that was difficult, was it?
Yeah, I've tried to not be angry and talk to him and say, hey, when we're talking, can you just not end the conversation when you think you're ready to and walk off? But then he does other things like stonewalling and things. I've noticed since being on this course, I didn't think he had an anger problem, but I think he does have a low-level anger problem. So this course has helped me understand him a little bit more as well. But I think the listening is key to what's causing me issues, because it makes me feel like I don't matter and those sort of things.
Was there one specific incident that brought you to the course?
I came to the course from another counselling session where it was identified that I have an anger issue. There's other issues, but this was something I could do and I could change. So this is something I came because I have control over what I can change here. And if I eliminate the anger from the situation, it's only going to make it better, and I can control that.
That's really cool. And how has studying the course been for you?
The course has been great in that it's online and I can do it when I've got a minute. And I do tend to do quite a bit at a time. And I really got the theory at first. The practice is always the hard part. And getting from theory to practice takes a bit of work. And yeah, I'm getting there. But I'm just going to have to keep practicing. And I think it's something called never stop practicing.
Great.
Yeah.
And has there been any main learnings for you so far?
Understanding that tension scale, I think, is probably key. That's the first thing, because you can prevent a lot with your tension scale. But then also the thoughts and feelings. I have been able to change my feelings and thoughts by just thinking about the actual theory of it and thinking, hang on a minute, I can change this. So those are probably the two key things that have helped me the most.
It's really cool. And how much change do you think you've made so far?
I've made quite a lot of change. I haven't been really angry since I started the course. Certainly not much. Low-level anger, I've had some of that, and that's what I still need to work on, is the lower level. Yeah, I'm not getting up that tension scale as high, but the challenges come when I'm more stressed. They're the challenging times.
Yeah. And do you reckon your husband's noticed any changes?
Yeah, he said that he has.
What did he say?
He said I wasn't getting as angry as much, which is good. Yeah, so I think that's what he's really said about it.
Nice. And if you knew someone else who was potentially thinking about doing the course or had an anger issue themselves, what would you say to them?
I would absolutely encourage people to do this course. It's a life changer for people. Everybody's in a different situation in life, and you can manage it in your own life in your own way. And nobody needs to know that you're working on it. You can do it all by yourself and really make a positive change in your life.
That's cool. And how have you found doing it online?
Online's brilliant. I'm used to doing things online, so it works well for me. But the thing that's key for me is because I own a business, I work long hours. So just slotting it out when it suits me is good. Or when I have a need for it, there might be a time where I think, I really need to go and relook at this and think it through.
Makes 100% sense. Is there anything else you'd like to say, just in general?
just that I'm really pleased with that I've done it, really, that I took the first steps and I'm continuing to work on it because it is important.
Do you feel optimistic about the future for yourself?
Yes, I do. I've still got work to do, but if I look back at what I've achieved so far, and if I look back from my childhood and even things that happen now that relate to that, the anger management just helps me with that, dealing with that as well. So it helps you with dealing with lots of things.
Okay. Like, just what are you meaning?
So I was brought up in a family of violence, and sometimes even now as an adult that some really negative, nasty things are said to me. And so I just don't react to any of that. I just shut it down and just deal with it in a different way, and just trying to realize that actually it's about that other person and it's not about me. It's their problem, not my problem, and trying to deal with it in a different way. So it is that whole feelings and thoughts model, applying that in a different way. So yeah, there's some of the theories within help you deal with other situations as well.
Yeah, I like it. And just the idea that you can't change other people, but you can change how you respond to them, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I hope that you have found some wisdom in Fiona's words. As Fiona said, change and growth takes time and practice, but the effort is worth it. It's not always easy to confront your own behaviours and emotions, but by doing so, you can improve your relationships and overall well-being. If you are struggling with anger or any other issue, remember that it is never too late to seek help and make positive changes in your life. After working with thousands of people over the last 30 years, I know that the Complete Anger Management System is a life changer for anyone dealing with anger or other negative emotions. And as Fiona said, it's not just about managing your reactions to others, but also changing the way you think and feel in general. This will have a positive effect in all areas of your life. It's also never too late to start working on yourself and improving your relationships with others. I encourage everyone to take that first step towards personal growth and positive change. It can be a challenging journey, but the possibilities for growth and happiness are endless. Remember, you always have control over your actions and reactions. Use that power wisely, and you can create a better and more fulfilling life for yourself and those around you. Okay, thank you for listening to today's episode on I Can Control What I Change, Fiona's story. If you found this episode helpful, please follow this podcast and head over to your favourite podcast app and leave a rating and review. This will help other people struggling with anger find and benefit from this show. Remember, for a free 30-minute anger assessment call with me, visit my website angersecrets.com. This call could be a real game changer for you. So visit angersecrets.com and book your call today. And finally, remember, you can't control other people, but you can control yourself. I'll see you in the next episode. Take care.
The Anger Secrets podcast is for general informational purposes only, and does not constitute the practice of counseling, psychotherapy, or any other professional health service. No therapeutic relationship is implied or created by this podcast. If you have mental health concerns of any type, please seek out the help of a local mental health professional.